Hi dear friends, today we are going to see the presentation of Eminent Economist Professor Dr. T.C. Thomas. He is heading MBA department in Rajalakshmi Engineering College. He participated in various TV debates. We are proud to have him here for us. Today's topic of presentation is economic development in India post COVID. The host of this program is Professor Dr. A.K. Sheikh Manzoor, and Professor T.C. Thomas has presented this topic on 10th July 2020 and it went on live. This video is edited version. This presentation covers the interesting facts, the rebounds of GDP, the sign of recovery, impact on China ban, which industry would benefit, impact on capital market, which industry and firm would give high return, the interesting facts about the film industry. So, don't skip this video, watch till the end. It has much more interesting facts. Let us start the presentation.
This wonderful opportunity. And today's topic is economic development in India post COVID 2019. So, first of all, we have to see how is the condition of the general economy of the nation or the world. So, if you see, according to Mr. K.V. Kamath, former head of Asian Development Bank, the contraction in the economy, according to him, is not being as anticipated by various economists. Various economists, what they thought, the contraction will be very severe and revival will be very, very difficult. The contraction will be also very severe, revival will also very difficult, or it will take a long time. But rebound, it is correct that economy has been come to standstill during the lockdown period, April, May, and a part of the June also. Actually, the economy has become a standstill. The GDP growth has been become a negative in this all these months. That is quite natural, and it's supposed to be like that only. Not only in India, any part of the world. For example, you take US like developed economy or emerging economies. Wherever you see Vietnam, all these countries, if you see, the GDP growth rate has come down very drastically. But as far as India is concerned, the rebound will be faster than what most of us thought would be. People first initially thought that the rebound will be very, very difficult and it will take long time. For example, 6 months to 1 year, like that, or even more than that. Some says that it will take even 2 years also, the rebound. But rebound will be much faster, and the economy may see a shallow U-shaped recovery. The U-shaped recovery means the economy will come down and it slowly will go up, and there will be a perfect comeback, like how fast has come down, the same speed will go up also. That is called a U-shaped recovery. And so many measures have been taken by Government of India and the state government have worked well for the economy. That is also there, because the stimulus packages, then loans to the MSME sector. The MSME sector, the micro, small, medium scale enterprises, MSME. So this MSME sector, if you take, they are the major job providers. So if MSME sector get affected, the jobs will not be created. The jobs lost will be there. So to avoid this job loss, what government did, the government has spent a lot of money on, say, by loans, by giving some interest waiver, like that. So several thousand crores have been given as loans to restart the MSME sector. So if MSME sector starts, then the job loss will be slowly, it will come down. And not only for the MSME, even for bigger companies, government has given lot of, in terms of so say something like advantages. What are the measures taken by the government? So many things have been given by the government. So like interest-free loans or less interest loans, interest waivers. Suppose the example, the interest is 13%, the government will take care of 7 or 8%. So the industry will get the loan at 7%. So almost all the MSMEs are eligible to take this loan, and so many other measures have been taken by the government. Agriculture has come back very quickly, and rural India has been less affected by the challenges. For example, the rural sector, the major employment sector in the rural area is agriculture. So that's a major thing. So agriculture has come back because we had a very good rain last year. The dams are all full. You would have heard about this. Metur Dam has been opened after several years on June, in the month of June. So it's the first time it has happened after a very long period, long years. So the agriculture has come back very quickly. So that's a good news for the rural area. How it is going to affect the Indian economy? Rural area is providing lot of advantages to the industry. For example, tractor industry or agricultural related machineries, and then say insecticides, pesticides, then fertilizers, FMCG products. All these things have given a very good comeback because of the rural economy. And the top Indian companies have never been deleveraged as they are today. Deleveraged means the loans taken or a debt component in their balance sheet is very less now. For example, many companies have started repaying the debt very fast. So the companies are becoming deleveraged. That means opposite to leverage. Leverage means debt in the balance sheet. So more debt means it's very difficult for the companies to make profit. Why? Because they have to pay more amount on interest for the debt. That is one disadvantage of the debt capital. That I'm not telling that debt is bad at all, but too much of debt will take away most of the interest part of the thing. So now the companies have become deleveraged. The debt has come down drastically. Now, what are the signs of recovery we are able to see? GST collection in the month of March, it has come down drastically, but from the month of April onwards, it's steadily it has started increasing from the month of April. So June collection is almost same as the last year June 2019. So if GST collection is happening, then that means that the business is as usual. That is the understanding from that. Otherwise, people will not pay the tax. If there is no business, means there is no tax. So June collection is just slightly lower than the 2019 June. So GST has come down. GST collections have been improved a lot. Then next part is this unemployment rate. Unemployment rate was more than 23% in April and May, but it rebounds to 10.99%, less than 11% in June 2020. That means many of the industries, shops, small scale industries, agriculture, everything have been started. They restarted. That's called restart India. So that is why the unemployment rate was 23.52, has come down to less than 11%. It's a good. These are all the signs of recovery in Indian economy post COVID 2019. What is going to happen? These are all the things we have to understand. Once this COVID-19 is removed by the way of medicine or vaccine, the recovery will be very fast, because India is in the mode of recovery part. That time only this has happened. Now it has removed from the world or removed from the India, then the growth will be very fast. So that's called signs of recovery. And another thing is the cars and two-wheeler sales are improving compared to March 2020 and April 2020. If you see, take a biggest company, Maruti sales has improved to 13,888 units in May 20, whereas in June it has increased to 53,000. That's almost near to their monthly sales. They used to sell around 65,000 units per month. But in the June itself, they rebound to 53,000 plus. Two-wheeler sales, again, in the May, it was 1,12,000. In the April, it was only 30,000 or something, or less than 30,000. In May, it has improved to 1 lakh plus. In June, it increased to the normal level. In India, approximately 5 lakh units will be sold, 5 lakh plus, or close to 6 lakhs some months. During the festival season, it will be higher, 6 lakhs, 6.5 lakhs. But in the June month itself, it has increased to 4,50,000. So these are all the signs. We can see that India economy is improving. Then the petroleum consumption. Petroleum consumption was say 9,937,000 tons in April, whereas it is 14,646,000 tons in May. June, it would have been increased. So the petroleum product, that means the economy is back to normal, much faster than what economists think. Okay, now which are all the sectors with possible uptick? That means which are the sector will have more opportunity than present. Say for example, digital and internet economy, digital payments, digital say education, digital content, entertainment. So all these things will go for digital, and the internet economy will grow much faster. Education technology, EdTech, and online education, it has improved. It will go or it will grow leaps and bounds. This EdTech and online education thing. For example, the companies like Byju's, they're growing at a very faster rate in the lockdown period. Much faster than the normal thing, because people need coaching or tuitions. So people have gone for the online digital education mode. So online groceries, this has become a very big market now. For example, companies like Big Basket and all will have a very bright future in India. And also that is why the Amazon or Flipkart also started the online grocery supplies, because they will get a very big advantage. FMCG and retail will benefit immensely. Why FMCG product? Because people are at home, so people need more products. They'll buy more soaps, detergents, hand washer, all these things. The sales have increased in that sector by leaps and bounds. So the retail will benefit immensely. And one more thing, what is going to happen in India, the retail industry is going to be very, very big companies will enter into the retail, organized sector. Now the retail market is a totally unorganized sector. Millions of small shops, they will continue, but at the same time, in the organized sector also the retail market will improve. For example, say Future Group, right? Big Bazaar, Future Group, then Reliance Retail. There's one of the fastest growing company under Reliance Industries, the Reliance Retail, because the market capitalization for a retail business alone has crossed 5 lakh crores for a Reliance industry. So the retail will have a very big business possibilities in India. Then comes the specialty chemicals. Specialty chemicals means there are many chemical company which supplying to the other industries, FMCG companies. For example, to manufacture detergent, they need chemicals. So the specialty chemical companies will supply. Initially, these products have been imported from China. Now people are averse in importing from China. They want to stop. So what will happen? Naturally, the Indian specialty chemicals company will have a very high growth, because we are going to stop the Chinese specialty chemicals to enter into India. So many companies in India is going to benefit because of this. Then comes the pharmaceutical industry. Now everyone is concerned about health. They want say immune from all these viruses, bacteria and other things. So immunity level. So people are very much concerned about the health. So the hospitals, pharmaceutical industries have a very bright future in India. Pharma industry means it's everywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, the pharma industry, healthcare sector will have a very good opportunity. They have a very good future. And also the vaccine manufacturing companies, they'll also have a very big market, not only about for COVID-19, for many other viruses. Fortunately, the India as a odd place for this virus, that is a vaccine manufacturing companies. For example, 60 to 70% of vaccine products are exported from India. We are the manufacturer. Companies like Serum Institute of India, Bharat Biotech, they are also in the news recently. They invented one vaccine. So the pharma companies, vaccine companies, all these companies will have a very good future in India and abroad. Now, post-COVID, we have to see how the technology and the future of work. For example, now these big companies, even the big companies like Infosys, TCS and all, asking government to permit them their employees to work from home. Nearly 75%, 80% of the people, they want to work from home. It's called gig economy. So automation will gain momentum as spend on sophisticated IT infrastructure outpaces the human resources. So the human resources that is will be, so they need not travel. In at least in the IT sector, ITES sector, the automation will gain momentum. So what will happen? The economy will emerge in the emerging markets and the developed markets, right? So work from home is a new normal for particularly IT companies and also other companies also. Even some of the services sector companies, many services sector companies, they'll explore this opportunity. So what will happen? We can see a lot of buildings without any tenant, particularly commercial buildings. Thousands of millions of square feet of spaces will be available free, almost for a very low price. So they may not be any occupant. So, and also the traveling mode, that is buses and all these things will be less, because work from home is a new normal. Only 30%, 40% employees will go to the offices for the work. So remaining people will be work from home. And also because of this, urbanization or congestion in the city will come down. People like to prefer to go out of the city. Suppose if a person working in, say, one IT company in Chennai, he have to stay in Chennai. But if a company permit them to work from home, he may not stay back in Chennai. He'll go to his town, Madurai or a Coimbatore or a Tirunelveli, like that. Because he can work from that place also. It's not necessary he should stay in Chennai. Of course, with the permission from the company. So if a company permits, they need not stay back close to where the company is operating. So some 60-70% of the people will be working from their home. That is new normal, we can see. Firms in some sector realizes this working from home are equally productive as compared to working from office. In fact, it will be more productive, because the traveling time we can avoid. Because nowadays we are, because of the congestion in the road and all, we have to travel, say, 2 hours we are spending daily, or 3 hours some cases for a travel alone. So this has come down. So the productivity will be definitely can improve. And one question is how to make the people to work from home in a disciplined manner. Now the technology has come, they can they can able to monitor what they are doing. They have to complete the task within the time. So it is not a thing that one discipline will not be there or something like that. So the companies need not worry on that aspect. Non-environment friendly businesses will be looked down upon in terms of valuation and focus on environmental, social governance, ESG. So if a company have to survive, they should concern about the environment. They should concern about the society and corporate governance. So these are the company's new mantra nowadays. Any business organization is not concerned about the society and all cannot survive in the future. People are very much worried about all these things, concerned about these things, whether the company I'm working for, concerned about the environmental, like that. So these are the companies they like to see lot of focus, ESG. Businesses will change their strategy of focusing on sales without profit growth. So nowadays, the sales will be the more their concern. But in future, sales than the sales growth, people will be more concerned about the profit growth. Even the sales has come down, some company can able to make more profit because of the higher productivity, etc. So the companies will be watched for a profit growth rather than sales growth. Some companies will have more sales, but the profit will be very, very less. That will be a concern. Focus on profit, and the profit growth will be the new normal. So profit of the company has been seen as a major thing than the other things. A company cannot claim that we made 100% growth in sales. Then the question will be how much the profit growth. Profit growth, if the company says only 10% or 20%, those type of companies will be not have any future. Sales growth should be there, but profit should be more. People will be pointing more on the profit and the profit growth. Now you know the importance of the crude oil, right? For many Middle Eastern countries, Middle Asian countries are become so rich because of the crude oil. Data is now a new crude oil. Whoever possessing the data which can be transferred to knowledge, they are become a very valuable. Data will become even more valuable. Data and IT security will become even more important for the businesses. Traditional businesses, including heavy industries, will find it difficult to survive without access to information that would help the optimization and extracting efficiency. So what this data is doing for a company is, I'm not talking about the IT companies alone. I'm talking about any organization. In any organization, the data will be seen as a very important thing that would help the optimization, the company's performance, and also is extracting the efficiency in the businesses. So that is the role played by the data. So oil price, all of you know, aware about, has come down drastically from $70, $80 to now $40 or $35 like that. Or it some months back it has become $20 also. But nowadays, whichever countries possessing data, knowledge, all this thing will be seen more growing nation rather than the oil. So data has become a new oil now. Downfall of debt financing. In the first few slides, I told you the companies are deleveraged. Deleveraged means, I told you, less debt or no debt. Asset heavy businesses. That means companies which possessing more assets like oil field, commodities companies, infrastructure companies will move to asset-light model. That means they'll see less of the assets, right? Model where financing of their activity would happen through public trust. So these are all the new things. REITs, rates. That means real estate investment trust. Then infrastructure investment trust, InvITs like products. These are all new products entered into the market. I told you about ESG. Somehow the mutual fund has started ESG fund separately. Axis Mutual Fund or SBI Mutual Fund started ESG fund. That means in that fund they'll include companies which are providing good environmental thing, concern for the society and the corporate governance. Those companies only available there. So nowadays the new type of investments has come to the thing, unlike the normal loans, working capital loans or term loans, new things have come. And one more thing is this equity financing would take over debt financing. As a businesses become reluctant to take on leverage. Nowadays, the businesses during the COVID one, what the businessmen understood, they came to know the debt financing will always have a problem for them. That means they're reluctant to take on a leverage. That means they want to go for a very minimum debt. For example, a company with a 500 crore debt, they want only 100 crore debt. 400 crore they want to repay somehow, going for a new method of taking funds, even the equity financing. So they'll go for that type of financing now onwards. Downfall of the debt financing. So now banks have to see a new way of businesses, because taking loans from the bank by the companies will come down. For example, if you take Reliance Industries, their Geo platform Facebook deal is a very good example. Facebook invested 5.7 billion US dollar. That is equivalent to 43,574 crores for a 9.9% shares in Geo platforms. That's a huge investment. Why the company has invested like that? They want to take care of, they have a 250 million direct average users are there for FB. And for all of you aware that WhatsApp is also now belongs to FB. So they got some 400 million users, okay, active users. So Geo is a digital company. So they want to make some arrangement with Geo and selling products, new type of products. For example, getting into the retail businesses. So many changes are going to take place in India, particularly this after this Geo platform Facebook deal. So one strong hint that is emerged commerce business, specifically the upcoming of Geo Mark venture that Reliance Geo has been working on. So these are all the things going to happen in future. That is why they invested in this huge amount. And also, one more thing I like to point out here, 1,000 lakh crores of loans. By selling Geo platform shares to other companies, other investors, they want to get rid of all these loans. The Reliance Industries will be zero loan company. They want to become a zero loan company. That is why they sold to not only for FB, for other companies also they sold around 1,70,000 crores of shares they sold. What they are going to do that with that money, they want to repay every loan they have taken. So that's why I told you the companies are reluctant to be leveraged. They want to get rid of the loans at a very faster pace. That is going to be the new thing going to happen. Consumers now, again you come back to FB and Reliance Jio platform thing. Consumers will be able to use WhatsApp to access and transact with the nearest grocery store. There are around 12 million grocery store in India. So a consumer can use a WhatsApp. The connection is WhatsApp, Geo platform, and consumers will be able to use this WhatsApp to access and transact with the nearest grocery shop. That is what their idea. Why this FB has invested huge amount in Geo platform? They want to capture this grocery market in India, along with the lines, or local businesses who can supply products and services to people's residences. So they can online thing they can do. That is the idea behind this. Now another example I like to show you is what happened in the stock market in the last 3 months. Initially it has come down, but now you can see the 3 to 4 months period, the stock market has gone up. See, normally what will happen, the stock market will always go up on the anticipation. It is not that stock market will not wait for things to happen. If the investors come to know about the economy will recover, immediately they will start investing in the stock market. That is why during the March it has come down. Severe fall has happened, 32% down. From April mid onward, the stock market has started moving up. Not only in India, in the US also. The US market also gone up by 25% from the bottom. Which are now we see which are all the unaffected sector because of this COVID-19. Consumption is a one sector that includes this FMCG companies, soaps, detergents, all these new hand wash things, materials, all these things. Pharma companies, agriculture business, because agriculture is not come down in India because of this COVID, because agriculture is disturbed only for a few weeks or few months only. Then telecom. See, for example, we are all doing all these exercises using the telecom thing. So the telecom company will do better. Then, of course, this information technology companies. Information technology companies also will do well. And also, some of the companies in India will do well because of the import ban from China, telecom equipment. So whichever companies which manufacturing telecommunication equipment in India, they are going to get a new, better orders. Electrical installation products. The companies like say Adani Transmission, Kalpataru Electricals, all these companies will do better because the China import has come down. Cheap Chinese imports have come down drastically. Then batteries, all type of batteries. The Eveready company, they say that they are working at 125% of their capacity because the Chinese batteries are suddenly it has become very slow import. So they are getting very big orders, all type of batteries. So battery companies like Amaron, Exide, then Eveready, all these companies will do well. Then the consumption products. So many products from India these companies will become more order because of this one particular thing. The Chinese import has banned or partially banned. What type of recovery we can expect? The recovery in Indian economy, if you see, it will be a U-shaped. U-shaped means what has happened in March. The moment the market understands there will be a COVID problem in India, it has come down drastically. The GDP rate, stock market, everything. But now the thing has come to becoming a normal. Somehow the medicines have come, and also the death rate is very low in India, and vaccine is around within say 6 months to 1 year, or before that the vaccine will come. So all these because of the reasons, the economy will started moving up. That is called as a U-shaped recovery. Another one is called as a V-shaped recovery. V-shaped recovery means the drastically it will come down, at the same speed it will go up, the shape of V. But we are expecting the U-shaped recovery in India. That means the economy will follow a U-shaped path. In such a scenario, after the initial fall, the recovery will be gradual before regaining its momentum. That is why the stock market has gone up from India. Indian market or American market or France, South Korea, all these things. If this process is more long drawn, then it throws up the elongated U shape. So this is the thing. Now, next thing, I also already told you that the GST collection in this month. For example, if you take April 2020, is very low because March there is no business. From March onwards, the business has become a standstill. So it's become very, very low. May it has improved. June it has almost equal to June 2019. June 2020 and 2019, if you compare that, it's almost same level, shade lower only. That means Indian economy is recovering. So GST collections have picked up pace in June, touching 90% of financial year 20 average of 1.01 lakh crore. That was the average GST collection in India. That is 1.01 lakh crore. But we are able to collect around 91,000 crores. So just 10,000 crores only low. So in July it will improve further. We are expecting the GST collection will improve further. With the movement of goods and economy moving up, GST collections once again come back to normal, almost 90%. Okay, so that's it. Then I told you about the rural economy. The rural economy is not affected much because of COVID-19. There are other problems were there, but because of this COVID problem, there is not much thing. See, for that we have to see how we have to calculate or see the rural economy, number of tractors registered in the rural market. See, for in the April, it has become very, very low. May further has come down to almost zero. But in June, it has picked up, right? So, 1,126 thousands of tractors have been registered in Indian rural market. So tractor registrations have improved. So the companies, because of this, companies like Mahindra and Mahindra, Escorts, all this tractor manufacturer will get more business because of this. After crashing in April and May, the number of tractors registered almost 90% of the financial year 20. Then another index all of you must know. See, for a management studies students must understand what is this PMI. Purchasing Managers Index. So this is the index calculated for a manufacturing sector. India's manufacturing purchasing manager index rose by 50%. For example, if you compare April, May and June, in the June it has come to 47, around 47. The purchasing managers index level should be more than 50. The normal purchasing PMI should be more than 50. That means manufacturing is happening in a good manner. That is a thing. In April, it was only 27. In May, it was 30.8. In June, it has come very close to 50, 47.2. In July, definitely it would have been crossed the 50 level. So this is the PMI is the index. It's a barometer to understand manufacturing things happening in India. Then comes another important thing has happened, crude oil. So each US dollar, $10 drop in crude oil prices helps the country's current account balance roughly 13 billion. So we can save 13 billion US dollar for a $10 drop in crude oil prices. So this translates into higher domestic savings and provides room for the Reserve Bank of India to remain accommodative, that is a less interest level, as a US $40 fall in oil prices could result in approximately $50 billion of the total savings per year. So it's a huge money for India because of the crude oil price, lower crude oil price. Then about if you talk about the Indian stock market, the viruses have largely kept the bulls down on Dalal Street during the first of the calendar. That means in the month of April, March, April, May. As a result, BSE benchmark Sensex is down by 14% year to date, even after a sharp recovery of more than 35% from its March low point. So what has happened in the March? It has come down 35%, but it has recovered at least 50% by this time because of the strong recovery in the Indian stock market or Indian economy. Global stock market, what has happened? Globally, too, equity markets have been volatile in the last few months from February onwards, which have become biggest threat to economies and financial markets. Expectation are that this trend will remain the same till cure of the pandemic is found. The world market, definitely they are expecting some cure through medicine or a vaccine. Then only it will improve. Now my part is over. You can ask questions. The pharmaceutical industry, as I told you, is going to be, they got a very good future. So now everyone is concerned about the health and all. But in the short term, you cannot expect much profit because this Glenmark, Cipla and all, already the prices of the shares have been increased to considerable level. For example, 2-3 months back, it was only 300 rupees like that only. It has gone up because of they are in the field. See, always the stock market will react before things happened. So the moment they understand that this Glenmark and Cipla are going to work for the medicine, those days only the prices would have gone up considerably. So after the introduction of the medicine on that particular day, it may not go up. But definitely these type of companies will have very good business. They are going to supply not only for India, for the entire world. So that is the thing. It's not that Indian company, the advantage for a pharmaceutical company or vaccine manufacturing companies in India is they are going to supply for the entire world, not just in India. So one can continue to invest in the pharmaceutical companies at lower prices. Whenever the prices comes down in a particular day, the pharmaceutical companies are very, very good investment but for a long term. I'm not talking about you can make money within 3 months, 6 months, like that. Long term, if you take the pharma companies, going to be a good one. So the demand side measures, government has taken some steps, but more steps have to be taken. Supply side we are able to complete. The demand side, as you rightly pointed out, you are very rightly pointed. Demand side, some problems are there. That is because of people are not confident enough. Say for example, even after the lockdown, we are not able to see much people on the road. If you go to the shops and all, not much people because of the confident level of the people are not much, because many people have lost their job. Many people are working for a lower salary. Many people are working whether they lose the job or not. So that the demand side, there are issues that has to be addressed by the government. I hope government will consider take some steps to improve the demand side measures. Yes, travel industry, tourism industry, all depends upon how this COVID proceed further. If we get a sure shot vaccine, yes, the travel industry, tourism industry, hospitality industry, hotel industries will able to come from this downfall. Until then, there will be a problem for these companies. Industry automation for Industry 4.0 have impact on freshers, and what steps should be taken to overcome this? You should not take this as for the Industry 4.0 automation a problem. It is an opportunity. You understand what is in Industry 4.0, and surely the people are required, human resources are required to operate these industries. Industry automation does not mean that zero HR, human resources. Human resources are required, but your skill set will be different. What skill set is expected from the company, that we have to choose. That is what required. So it is an opportunity for the freshers. It's not negative impact on the fresh graduates. Surely it's an advantage for people. But only thing is we have to reorient ourselves. That is what required. The entertainment sector. See, the entertainment sector is a very big industry. Definitely, the different set of entertainment thing will work. For example, online or a digital mode of thing, that will be the more Netflix and other things. So that type of entertainment industry will grow much faster than a movie hall or something like that. Entertainment industry, see, for example, now films they want to release not in the theaters, whereas it's a OTT method. That is what going to happen for as far as the entertainment sector. Can we expect more mergers and acquisitions? Yes, surely there will be more mergers and acquisitions. Many companies will change the pattern they work. Mergers, yes, many companies they want to sell. Those things will happen. It has started. Yesterday, one big transmission company called Kalpataru, they sold their businesses, part of the businesses to the Adani Industries. It is the right time to enter and start FMCG based company. Yes, it's a right time. Definitely, it's a good time to start the FMCG base. But what kind of product you are manufacturing, that is very important. FMCG is always a very highly competitive industry. So many big players are there. So many medium-sized players are there. So many small-sized companies are there. You should start, as far as FMCG companies are concerned, you should have a niche. Then only you can survive in the market, because that market is very, very crowded. So many players are there in the market. So the product should be niche. That is the only way one can survive in the FMCG based businesses. They'll have a very good future, but what type of business you are starting, that is more important. What is relevant today, something related to the relevance of today's market, you start, that will be better. Always startups, you can make industry, your company as a startup, a lot of advantages are there. Government support is huge for a startup, because for example, first 5 years, out of the first 5 to 6 years, you are need not to pay any tax, even you make a profit, even the first year. So you register the company as a startup. And also you don't go for if you're going to start a business, don't go for this old method of starting businesses like proprietorship or a partnership. If you're going to start a business, you start as a one-person company or a limited liability partnership, LLP. Don't go for the old one. Okay. See, the consumer behavior is continuously changing, not just because of this 3 months thing, continuously changing. The companies, people who are able to understand the consumer changes in the consumer behavior only able to survive. That is why you see, for example, there are so many banks in India, they insist that you have to transfer of money. They insist that you have to write a check or say, for example, draft, like that, so many years. Suddenly few companies comes to the thing, like companies like Phone Pay or Google Pay, they completely change the money transfer business in India. So consumer are very much accepted that kind of changes which is happening in the world. So consumer behavior is always going to be a change, not in the long term, even in the short term also it will change. Yeah. See, the capital market India is very robust now. There was some slowness happened during the month of March and April. Beyond that, it has started going up and very stable, and the people are able to raise capital for thousands of crores of rupees. Even during the pandemic period, and IPOs were floated. One chemical company is coming for a IPO. Do you think that during this pandemic period, any company can, under normal circumstances, raise capital from public? The company is very confident. On next Monday, their IPO is starting. Okay, so what I'm trying to convince you is the capital market in India is very robust. Is going to be one of the biggest in the world in another few years. Like the markets like US and other things. Even now, the Reliance Industries, one company market capitalization itself has become say 11 lakh crores, just one company, 11 lakh crores. This all happened in very few months, because the Reliance Industries share was 800 rupees or 900 rupees during the March, April. Now it has doubled within 2.5 months, all because of the investments, the foreign investments made in the Reliance company, especially their Geo platform. So the capital market in India will be very, very robust. Whoever invest in this period, they can make a very good money in long term.